touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many given Sunday magic. Light skin, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many given Sunday magic. Round of applause and you go, that's it. Damn, that's a bomb with a flick on my wrist. Jersey on my chest, that's a team that I rep. Came in as a rookie, now I'm balling like a vet. If you talking crazy, better say it with your chest. Hit him with the right, then I hit him with the left. Ooh.
First opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Washington Commanders and the Detroit Lions. First game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. They run with the Alabama rookie. That's Brian Robinson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. They're going to run the sweep. It's Samuel. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense.
Now Robinson coughs up the football. It's loose. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
Following the fumble recovery, Goff. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
This defense for the Commanders is terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. To throw is Goff.
Looking for Hockenson, and he's got him. Touchdown, Detroit.
A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season.
And the Lions use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
They're set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They had to fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing now is Wentz. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Wayne McMillan, what an effort to get in there and drop it.
Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
It's certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Wentz and the Commanders staring down a 3rd and long now after that sack.
Back to throw here. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
Now a 1,000-yard rusher a season ago, Antonio Gibson with it.
And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. And that is incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
The Lions had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener, and they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these two probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games at home. Because if you go 0-2, hard to make those up on the road as the season progresses.
Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Well, now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick.
And the Commanders are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Lions 7, Commanders 11.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. So after the INT, here's Wentz. Rolling to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Robinson. And the Commanders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
On play action, Wentz. Under pressure now, he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Aleem McNeil. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
On any 1st and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
Robinson going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. Calling a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So here we go on a 3rd and goal. This Lions defense, they haven't broken yet. Now Wentz on the bootleg. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Cole Turner, his first NFL reception, goes for 6. And the Commanders are an extra point away from drawing level. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. He's trying to get it to Amon-Ra St. Brown, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Go off a handoff here to Swift, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, and you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He's got a man. Complete. They knew they had the free play after the penalty. They get great yardage, so they can decline that penalty.
And one of the things we've seen develop more and more in recent years are teams seeing that penalty occur and still taking the big shot downfield and hoping to gain the yardage as we just saw there. They practice it, they work on it, and this time they're successful.
Buying time to his left. And he fires one incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Goff now looks to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Goff throwing again.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down.
Jack Fox now gets set to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Running the sweep with McLaurin. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Near the goal line. Here's Wentz. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he'll be brought down shy of the first down marker at the 11. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It's fielded at the 45. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10.
47-yard line.
Goff on 1st down. Being chased out left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Goff.
And that's out to the flat for Swift. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. From the gun, here's Goff. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
On 4th down, Goff. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you punted.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. There's Charles Harris getting home for the sack.
I wonder if they're wandering back to the huddle thinking to themselves, can we just hit rewind and go back a play? Definitely not the down they wanted to begin this drive by giving up a sack. But for the defense, that's exactly how they drew it up.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. To throw is Wentz. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Tressway on 4th down is sent out to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
No gain on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the 3rd quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a play fake, and it's gone. Trying for right, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. First possession in the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson taken down at the 30.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it?
On play action, it's Wentz. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. But Charles, in a tie game, you always wonder who's going to be making the big plays. Right now, it's not the offensive players. We're seeing these defenses step up and take control. Both of the last 2 drives have ended with interceptions.
They are certainly dictating this game, aren't they? Now it's going to come down to which offense can follow their defense's lead and step up in the clutch themselves.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? He's had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
2nd down and 4.
Off play action. Here's Goff. Blitz coming, and down he goes. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
It's not often that you'll find offensive and defensive guys that'll agree on much, but one place they find common ground, you've got to protect or attack the middle of the field. And no one was there. What a big play, moving it downfield.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10.
Here's Goff. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
It's Tariq Castro-Fields who picked it. And the Commanders are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick. Whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity, but didn't get it. Because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off.
He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did, and remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
Now he dumps this off over the middle, and he's able to get up here to the 26. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Play action. Now Wentz. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and the Lions will take over.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. They'll try and run here with Swift. And some room to work. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
On 1st down, it's gone.
He'll drop this one off to Swift.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fair catch. Gain of the 24-yard line. The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. But really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
Exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
A big hitter to start the drive has him out near midfield here for 1st and 10.
whistles before the snap. Looked like one of the Commanders jumped.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now a play fake. Wentz out to his left. And a dump off here to Robinson.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 28. A gain there of 21 yards.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
On the toss, here's Robinson.
Down at the 25.
Number 8, Brian Robinson, ball carrier. Tackled at the 25-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Wentz going to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. Touchdown!
John Bates,
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
and the Commanders are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
When you're a capable runner, oftentimes your quarterback coach, your offensive coordinator, they love to see you break the pocket and go ahead and take off. I think he could have gotten vertical and picked up something there. Instead, he pushed it downfield. Incomplete.
On 2nd down, Swift.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 9. Now Goff. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fielded at about the 28. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards.
And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10.
The 39-yard line.
Robinson up the middle.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Taken down on the play by Aiden Hutchinson.
And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And the question now, can they get closer on 3rd down? A field goal from here, you're looking at right about a 52-yarder. Thomas brings it in. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So it's Commanders football as we get back to it. They've got it 1st and goal, looking to take the lead here in the late going. They'll run with Robinson. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Robinson. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. To throw is Wentz. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr. with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Commanders have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. They do tack on the extra point as well. And the lead is now 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fair catch, made on the 25-yard line. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in their own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They're going to run the sweep. It's Samuel. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Robinson. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
An excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.
So for the Commanders, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings.
Like we knew it all, not afraid to do it all. Matter of fact, to look back and do it.